I mean, if I'm being honest, we're already
going. Yeah.
But Amanda, it's not official
until
this happens.
This is where the magic happens.
This is the magic.
And boom, just like that, you were on the cutting edge of entertainment and technology.
How's that feel?
That's awesome.
Does it feel good?
Yeah.
That's right.
Dude, I'm so fired up about this one.
I am too.
Me
Trying to
too.
leak this out. Like he's like slapped me in the face.
I screwed up a few times.
Hand over mouth.
Yeah, there was a couple times I thought you was gonna tackle him because he opened up his mouth.
We've been trying to keep it under wraps, but we're really excited.
I did.
So this is like the.
I think that was like a month ago where I was like, "Oh, do you know are you talking about the deal?" And you were like, "Hey, we can't talk about that yet. We can't do it.
We can't do it yet. We
Not yet.
Now.
We can do it now.
Because by the time this airs next week, you'll be back probably.
I will.
When are you coming back?
I will be back Friday.
Wait,
Friday.
Who are you?
Oh.
And why are you here?
Why are you here?
What?
Everybody.
Every episode starts really awkward. We haven't figured out how to start a proper episode.
No, we get going. This is Amanda. She is our brokerage manager and head of Women in Trucking associated with Mercer Transportation.
Howdy.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. What sign are you, Amanda?
So I am very much a Virgo.
Yes, you are.
Just about
Everything in its
textbook.
place.
No. Well, just about textbook, but there's a few characteristics that I don't possess. But most of all, yeah.
Is one of the characteristics being nice?
Virgos are, I don't know,
determined.
Determined, yes. The judgmental one. I'm not really judgmental, and that's like a big one for Virgos. But I'm not
judgy?
really. No, I'm not super judgy. I'm kind of like just people are people, you know.
Yeah.
When you
Do your
first
thing.
It
told
seems
me,
like when you talk about Tyler when he's not around, you're super judgy.
That's a whole different story.
yeah, you're a smidge judgy on that. Well, when you
Yeah.
first told me our relationship started when she first told me she was a Virgo, I told her I was an asparagus. So
Yes.
And that's still true to this day. That's still true to this day. He's definitely an
she
asparagus.
thought that I was just being smart. So then she decided she wrote me off from that point on. And it continues.
I did notice that after hanging out with you, like about 10 minutes later, my pee smelled funny.
Yeah. It'll do that to you. It's weird how quickly that happens, isn't it? It's very weird how quickly that happens.
It is.
The vague bad jokes never end.
I'm starting to catch on. They're not like going over my head anymore, you know?
Yeah.
At first, for a long time, whenever you're hanging out with Brian, it's like, what did he just say? Not even knowing that he's doing some dad joke or bad
So
joke.
what I like to do is start with a room full of people giggling at my banter.
Yeah.
And I just keep getting more obscure until only one person is laughing with me anymore. And then I know
You're like,
that's a dad joke.
That's
Yeah.
the one.
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are you doing here? Tell us a little bit about what you're doing here.
I am here to tell everyone here at Mercer Town of this prestigious award that Mercer has won with the Women in Trucking Association.
All right.
Yeah.
Slow clap
stuff.
or long clap.
Yeah.
What is it? What did we
Clap,
we
clap.
win?
So, excuse me. Every year, the Women in Trucking Association, they have multiple awards, but they have a top companies for women to work at. And Mercer submitted an application and was approved to the nomination. And then after the nomination, the voting was actually determined by our peers, people in the industry, drivers, agents, other professionals.
That's awesome.
And they end up overall votes out of all of them was like 27,000 votes total, not just for Mercer, but all votes included.
Are you serious? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
27,000.
A
Yeah.
lot
A
of
lot.
people involved.
So
very.
Mercer made the list. Mercer is a 2023 top company for women to work
That's
for.
what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
So that just came out.
Yeah.
I saw it in the Women in Trucking
Came out Monday.
magazine. So that was released, and it's a pretty robust list.
Yeah.
From what I saw.
It is.
Several pages. Which one tells me that our industry is coming around
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
and is good news that we're becoming a more diverse
That's great.
industry.
Yep.
But
There's another one.
there's a next level
Yeah,
to this.
there
that
is,
You're
there is.
getting ready to take a
Yes.
trip to Dallas to get what?
Yes. So they have this award every year. I think this is like the 6th consecutive year they've done this award, where they had a new category this year to where it's another award, and they are presenting the top 30 elite companies
The elite
for
30.
women to work for in the transportation industry. And Mercer not only made the first initial list, but Mercer made the top 30 elite list.
All right.
Boom.
Yeah. Good job.
Love it.
Exactly
Good
what I was
job.
getting ready to say.
That's great.
Love it.
Where's that? That's in Dallas?
So yeah, it's in Dallas, Texas. The conference starts actually Sunday.
Is
so
that the normal Women in Trucking conference
Yes.
that you were going to anyway? They're
Yes.
just doing this award deal, right?
well, they do the award. They have a conference every year. It's like the first, second week in November in Dallas, and they do that Sunday, like the first or second day of the conference. They have this whole reception hour where they give out all their because they have multiple awards. They have like top women in the transportation industry, top women-owned business in the transportation industry, and then obviously the award that we are getting top companies for women to work for in the
great.
transportation industry.
yeah.
So they have this whole like big reception. So yeah, there'll be dinner. There'll be presenting the awards. Pictures will be taken. I mean, I'm sure it'll be publicized as well too. Like in the
Oh, yeah.
next, all on-
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No,
That's great.
congratulations, all of us.
Yeah, all of us. But
Yeah.
so, like, what plays into these decisions and the way they vote? Like, are there particular things
There are.
that we excelled at in particular that like got us to this level?
There
or-
are. So
I'm moving your mic for you.
okay. So how the whole process goes is that
Wait, you can't just go touching somebody's mic.
I get so mad.
anxiety.
I get so mad when my wife when I'm driving and she touches the windshield wipers or the turning signal. Get off
Yeah, you're
get off
doing
my
that.
side of the car.
You're
I
it's
know.
okay.
right
It's
now.
okay.
I'm trying to
Honestly.
assist.
Oh,
Look,
Roderick's, look,
Roderick's
Roderick
doing it
had to
too.
step in.
Did he flip her mic off?
Look,
No.
he messed
Oh.
with my mic.
he was just making sure that it was good.
Just triple check.
No.
He's
It's
good.
honestly like I'm used to it. Like he,
What? This is turning into a fiasco.
yeah.
No, this is great.
Do we have sound, Roderick?
No, we got sound.
Okay.
It's great. We're good.
All right.
We're all good.
Sorry. So,
So anyway, so the let me get back on subject. So we fill out an application, right?
Yeah.
And so we have to fill out the application. The application is then submitted to Women in Trucking. Their board or committee reviews the application, and some of the qualifications that they look for to move forward the nomination is, a place of gender diversity. An employer that has good benefits, flexible working hours, that there's professional development programs, stuff like that, which we all, Mercer has that. So that was reviewed by their committee, and then we got pushed to the nomination ballot, and then from the nomination ballot, they just send out this mass public publications, social media posts. Hey, these are the companies on the list. Go vote for your favorite companies. And there you go.
and here
We
we
did
are.
it.
And here we are.
That is really, really cool.
Yeah.
That is very, very cool.
I think it's
was
really
awesome.
cool that, one, that we're celebrating women in the industry, but also that we're just doing business the way we've been doing business.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I remember
we've been doing it right.
been doing it, and we've been doing it that way. But yeah, we're not just coming around to this. I remember when we were in a room deciding on the picture and what we were going to represent. One of the ideas that thrown out was that we were generational
No,
women in trucking.
absolutely.
This is stuff that we've been
Yeah.
doing for a while.
Yeah, I mentioned on Red Eye Radio
you?
yesterday
did.
with Eric Harley. He
Shout
gives
out.
me $12 every time I say that.
I'll say it repeatedly if you give me $12.
I didn't even think we should get Eric to come on our podcast.
Yeah, we need Eric on
We
here.
need
Be
to do
great.
that.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, I was mentioning to him yesterday. it never occurred to me that trucking wasn't
Yeah, no, it's
diverse because I started in trucking at Mercer. I did a little logistics stuff before that, but wasn't really in trucking. But I came here, and two of my mentors, one was in operations, one was a manager over in truck pay, Stacy. Man, without a couple of our women managers, I absolutely would have had no idea how to be a manager.
Yeah.
I had a few leadership qualities,
Yeah.
but didn't understand the business side of being a manager. And, oh, Brian, you can't say that anymore.
Yeah.
or maybe you shouldn't have been saying it in the first
Yeah.
place, Brian, but especially now.
I still have a hard time with that.
Yes.
So they were
can
really
attest to
good
that.
about teaching me the ropes and showing me how to be a good leader. And it was just, those were just a couple of managers at the company that helped me along the way, and had no idea that so many companies were still good old boy trucking USA and
Yeah.
which stinks.
Yeah.
That the industry,
We need to
hasn't come as far as we'd like.
But
that-
bringing this to light,
It's made progress, though.
yeah,
but
definitely
we're
has
doing,
helped.
We're doing
It's
good
absolutely-
things as an industry, and
Yeah.
and I think women in trucking is a huge part of helping
Oh, absolutely.
make that happen.
No,
and
yeah, I mean, because their whole women in trucking platform is to, encourage employment in the transportation industry and to kind of adjust the obstacles that women face in the industry, but also to celebrate the successes.
Yeah.
Because this would be my third year going to this conference, and in this conference, there's just kind of like what I was talking yesterday on the Red Eye Radio. The titles, there's drivers, there's VPs, there's warehousing, there's CEOs. Like it's broad.
Yeah.
It's great actually. I think it's awesome.
I'm mad that I didn't go that first year. I knew I was going to.
Well, I invite you every year, and you just I don't know.
I think it's because he's anti-women in trucking.
No,
I love it. I'm a founding member, sir. Thank you very
he's
much.
No, he's not. I give him a lot of crap about a lot of things, but he is definitely not anti-women in trucking.
If anybody really watches or listens to this, that was a joke, because he is so not that guy. Please do not send correspondence to Mercer Transportation. I'm talking about what a bad person.
I'm going to forward the hate mail to Brian.
Brian
No,
Hilton,
Peach T. Johnston
Peach
is
T.
all
Johnston.
in.
Peach T.
He's a good dude.
Peach tea,
Hey,
yeah.
I got to brag on you for a second outside of women in trucking, and I need Roderick, were you there last night?
No.
Oh, gosh.
No? All right. Well, I need you to confirm then. I got reports that Amanda wouldn't put her laptop down to have fun bowling.
Did you know I
I
was
was there
mean
2
to
weeks
her?
ago when she did that, though.
You did it 2 weeks ago, too?
Yeah, but it was just for one little thing.
So, I told
She's
her walking
at
over
the
here.
bowling alley with a laptop, slinging freight.
Talking
when
about
she should have
dedication.
been rolling me strikes,
I
so
know.
we're not in last place.
So that's what, and I'm telling you.
That's
And
why
then
we-
Del
that's why
Corum
we're
told
in
me
last
I
place.
was wrong, and she was doing just the right thing.
Yeah.
And
I told her,
shut up, Brian.
I told her on the way over here, I said, I'm proud, but I'm pissed as
Yeah.
well, because you need to be out there having a good time
Having
too
fun.
and supporting Brian.
No, she's beast mode.
But she's beast mode, man.
Look, I was
told you
supporting
I'm
Mercer
gonna,
last
I'm gonna
night, man.
brag on you.
On both ends, bowling and even though my game really sucked. It
oh
was
God, I was terrible too.
no. You bowled way better this time than last.
You
week.
all are awful, both awful.
I was
If
awful.
I was going to go out there, I would
awful.
bring that smoke.
I think my highest score was like a 68.
Yeah.
Really?
I would.
Well,
Telling
we
you.
won't ever have to worry about that, though, will we?
No, we
That's
won't.
true. He never shows
Oh,
up.
Never
No
shows
Show
up.
Johnston.
Never.
Oh, no, show John.
Just,
Is
how
there a-
many nicknames can I come up with?
Is there a
this episode?
catalog?
Yo,
No
Peach
Show
T, no
Johnston.
show.
There's a catalog of names going on here. That's fine. I'm gonna show up, and then your nickname list will be ruined forever.
No, because then I'll just go back to Handsome Ass Johnston,
Yeah.
and
So
you'll
what'd you
still be handsome.
all do last night?
we rolled, baby.
Rolled and bowled.
We
So that's
rolled,
still
baby.
going on.
I bowled a couple of games under my average and hurt our team. Did not have a
No.
great night.
Who won?
And had the most fun ever.
Yeah.
It's
always a good time.
Like, we're sitting in dead last. Our
yeah,
team.
always a
look,
good
he
time.
sends an email out, the weekly email, and he's like, "Hey guys, yeah, my team really sucks. We're dead last." And I said to him, "I was like, what? Ready to just throw us underneath the bus there?"
But I threw it in to say it doesn't even matter to me. I'm having the best time
Yeah, it's
ever.
good.
Yeah, it
man.
always
That's what
is.
really
Losing
matters.
to all of you.
Yep.
Yeah, it is always a good
And
time.
I'm pretty hard on myself. I'm back in the old days, back at Polk High School when I scored 4 touchdowns.
Polk High School. How many?
I was
How many
a-
people were on the
I was
team?
a 175 average bowler, and like I'm rolling like 120s
Oh
and
yeah.
You
130s.
did
and-
130s last night.
That's not
and
good.
yeah, it hurts a little bit
No,
because I
it's
feel
fine.
like I could do better for you guys, but
Uh-huh.
I'm rolling with house balls. They won't give me the Velcro shoes. I keep having to tie my shoes, and that's
Still no
off-putting.
Velcro shoes.
not one
I've got
pair of
them 2
Velcro
weeks
shoes.
in a row.
I think you're bribing the shoe guy. I want the
Do they have
Velcros.
big pickles? At a bowling alley, you always got to
know.
have big pickles.
They have
Oh,
popcorn.
like the big jar.
The big 5-gallon jar of
don't
They
pickles,
don't
man.
have 2-pound pickles. They're kind of
2-pound pickles. Yeah, it's like it's almost a
2-pound pickle.
pumpkin.
That's also the name of my punk rock band.
It is one color short of a pumpkin that you're eating with a fork and knife. I mean, it is.
I don't think they have.
No, they kind of go
Pickles.
the gourmet category.
Gourmet.
They like take regular food and then put too much stuff on it
Yeah.
and call it
like
gourmet.
tater tots with
yeah,
barbecue
it's like the,
and chives.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Definitely sounds like
That's pretty
something they
good,
have.
right?
if you
Yeah.
take a
That actually sounds really
cheeseburger
good.
and put a bunch of sugary sauces on it,
Mm-hmm.
you're no longer sitting in a diner. You're at a gastropub.
Yeah, that's right. That is right.
So
We have enough churched up burgers around here, though.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a bad deal.
they're nice folks over there.
I'm glad that you all still, even
That's a
though
good
I don't
deal.
show up, and I will, I'm glad that we still do that in a
Mm-hmm.
market like we're having and a time that we're having in the industry, and everybody's on pins and needles and trying to get better and rally.
Yeah.
We still go out and have a good time together.
Yeah.
Important stuff.
Yeah,
Important stuff.
Fellowship is important.
Yeah,
In the workplace,
to stay together on it.
having good times and sharing good times together, and we've got the holidays coming up.
We do.
I know this because I have 3 cavities from this week.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody's bringing in Halloween. I was literally on Red Eye Radio, broadcasting from a bunker made of candy and candy wrappers. I just had like this bunker built around me, and the whole time. They're like, so what do you think about the industry, Brian? I'm like, oh, it's delicious. So
Trick or treating was cold. I don't know where everybody's at in the United States here, but trick or treating was cold for me this year.
yeah, I was thinking about it Halloween night. I was like, oh man,
It was cold.
This is the year that the one kid got his best Halloween costume ever.
Yeah.
And he has to wear a coat
Coat. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
over it.
I did not look.
Like-
I was a Ninja Turtle, and I did
Batman
not
don't
care.
wear no coat.
Yeah. I saw some guys still, going hard on it with coatless, and I saw some sleeveless people in shorts, with their costumes and
Yeah,
this and
yeah.
that. They were dedicated.
Animals.
They were
I
dedicated.
just took my shirt off and carried beer around and said I was a Buffalo fan.
That's pretty good.
I jumped on a table.
That's pretty
It
good.
was awesome. Nick Spore, that's for you if you're listening. I know you're a table jumper now.
Yeah. He's always been table jumper.
he was one before he ever
Old
moved.
2
up there.
buckets. What else going on?
Heck, man, you know what we didn't kick the show off with?
Be cautious, be careful, be cautious, be careful inside and outside. Pay attention.
We do it again.
Safety message.
Safety message.
Dun dun dun.
Safety message. Hey.
We need to always be safe.
Yep.
And we've got some changes coming down the road with safety policy starting next year.
Oh yeah, all right, we can talk about that.
Safety would like to get the word out. So they're implementing a few changes in the safety policy. If you're a Mercer guy, you're getting an email, you're getting a message on Contractor Web to just acknowledge that you've seen that and just sign off on it that you agree to the safety policy. Roderick is moving around over there, making me nervous.
It will be posted in both Contractor Web and through email as well.
Yeah, they're
right?
sending out email as well. But one of the big things that's got guys going is for now, the current cutoff on trucks leasing on is going to be 2011 or newer.
Yeah.
And as soon as we roll the calendar to 24, it's going to go to 2012.
Yeah, so it's a rolling 12-year.
Rolling 12-year age requirement on trucks coming in. And, you know, I've been around here for about 6-8 weeks. And one of the things that we took a lot of pride in when I started is guys would call up. This is back in 2003, guys were talking about age requirements because companies were already moving that direction. And I used to love to sit on the phone and recruiting and go, well, no, man, we're not trying to make you have a big, giant truck payment.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
if that truck's good enough for you and it's hauling freight and it's safe and it looks good, we'll take it. We want you to drive the truck you want to drive. Mm-hmm. And it's a different world now.
It is a different world.
And the EPA is heavily involved in the industry, as a lot of people know. Whether, you know, I'm not here to talk politics, whether you like it, don't like it, good or bad,
emissions
they're a player.
And green conscious
yes.
people
and
are, it's a very, very real thing.
So we're a SmartWay member.
Yeah, we are.
And that's becoming more and more important because shippers are starting to ask more and more if you're SmartWay certified.
So I had, and I'll tell you, we lost this bid, but to speak on that, we were recently involved in a 10 million mile, 3-year dedicated opportunity with a major shipper that we are currently shipping with. And it was a big project thing, and it was going to be, I forget how many trucks, but it was 10 million miles per year. I mean, no. I'm sorry, 10 million miles over the course of 3 years, not per year.
That guy's going to get shut down. There's no way he can log that.
All kinds of violations.
We're going to have to put at least a team on this.
But the main thing, and we were in talks with it, but the main thing that was coming down the pipeline from their higher ups and their corporates and so on and so forth was they wanted to know our green policy, basically. They wanted to know all of our information on what we're doing for sustainability, what we're doing to progress the green technology and different things of that matter. And that is something that, you know, we have a policy, and we have things that we're doing to try to be more sustainable. It's very important to us. But we don't force guys to have electric vehicles. We don't force guys to try this new hydrogen fuel cell stuff and all of that.
Yeah.
Right.
But one of the ways they measure our emissions output is taking a snapshot of the fleet and coming up with an average age. And the older trucks put out more emissions. The newer trucks put out less emissions. Whether you buy into that or not, that's how they judge us. That's the algorithm that we're working on.
Yep.
And we can't afford to lose that certification. We can't afford to lose that partnership with SmartWay.
Yeah.
So
that's bringing new guys on, though.
Yeah, that's bringing new guys on.
I want to be clear about that.
So those are going to be the rules. So if you're here and you're driving a truck older than that, nobody's going to tell you can't run. But moving forward, those will be the requirements for bringing new trucks on. And of course, you know, we'll never cover all of the safety policy.
Yeah.
In this, so we've got a good safety team. They always welcome questions. They're always eager to give feedback. So if you have questions or concerns, call those guys up, man. They'll help you. They'll explain things. I know that a few of the things that have a significant impact on our pull-in rate with scale houses, which is always, when you're trucking, you want to keep
would hate to
trucking
get
and
pulled
not
in.
pull in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hours of service, vehicle maintenance, have a significant impact on that. So make sure you're doing the right things, and not getting tagged,
Yep.
hit for those things, because it affects the whole fleet. And there's, it's out there. Read up on it, and let's try to stay safe and compliant out there, so we can get better customers, more freight,
More freight.
More freight.
and most importantly, get you home safe to your family.
Yep, absolutely.
We need you safe.
So let's talk too for a minute about fraud in our industry and being conscious and safe of fraud on a.
I'm glad you brought that up. I do not believe Roderick is a real sound engineer.
Definitely pretending.
Fraudulent.
Definitely pretending.
I was wondering when somebody was going to call him out. I didn't know this was going to be the episode.
Today's the day.
We're out.
Today is the day I have been exposed.
So I'm glad we covered that. What else?
Good.
Yeah.
For anybody that's outside of Mercer, and you're the brokerage manager, and agents and customers, we want to always keep them conscious and aware of who they're talking to,
Right.
who they're dealing with, what type of company they're dealing with. I saw this posted on Facebook. A guy on the side of his van had written big, "TQL, pay me my $8,000 you owe me." And that was the only
That is a
thing written
rolling
on the
billboard across the country.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know the circumstances behind that, but fraud is becoming
Fraud is-
increasingly prevalent
Yes.
in the outside brokerage world, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Fraud
Wait,
is.
can we say TQL?
Yeah, we
On
can
the
say
show?
them. I don't know
We can
anything
say 'em?
about that circumstance or anything like that, but it was just a thing that was posted.
So you're saying without a question that TQL owes the
I know for a fact.
It's just a joke. It's just a
Calm
joke
down,
because
TQL.
people sometimes
You better say
take what we
allegedly.
say
Yeah,
on here
allegedly,
a little,
yeah.
Throw allegedly in
Allegedly.
front
too
of there.
seriously.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I wonder if they paid
Allegedly
attention.
said I have a gun.
Wonder if they paid attention.
Oh my!
Paid attention.
Allegedly, they paid attention.
Allegedly has back child support. Allegedly.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, fraud is definitely a big issue, and I would say within the last year, there's been this enormous uptick of fraudulent activity going out there, especially in the outside carrier world and brokerages world. I know that these, I call them scammers. I don't know.
That's
you
fine.
know, that, I think that's probably the nicest.
are.
That's the nicest word that I call them. That, yeah. But there's been a lot of organizations that's letting the FMCSA know, hey, this is going on, and these people are just going and getting authorities like by the hundreds, and just running through these authorities, and like when they get caught, they just I guess they get like a big old bowl with MC numbers in it, and they get caught on one, and they just draw out another one and just run on that one.
By double and triple brokering,
Yeah.
unicorn freight and ghosting.
Oh yeah.
For anybody that's had stories of, man, running my own authority, I made $8,000 on this load, and here's what we're seeing more of too is people will take our loads, post them out for a much higher number, a unicorn number that is unrealistic and this and that. They'll get a carrier to haul the load and try to receive payment from us, and then they will ghost the carrier.
Yeah.
They will just disappear off the planet.
Wow.
Then the carrier's left holding the bag. We've already paid the who we thought hauled the load.
Yeah.
And so there's just a lot of that nonsense going on. It's important to deal with good quality companies.
It is. It is important.
Like Mercer Transportation.
Yes. Yes. No, absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, man, we pay you.
it's true.
We pay you what we say we're going to pay you.
Yeah.
And we're probably paying you as soon as you send in the paperwork.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for
So-
years. It's normal to us, but but it's just crazy how
Yeah.
the industry works outside of our bubble. You know, scary place.
Yeah.
Safety message.
Yeah, I mean, I had a conversation probably last week with a gentleman in orientation class, and he was running off his own authority, and he leased on with Mercer, and it happened to him. Like someone stole his identity, like his MC, his authority, and was going through and booking all these loads, and it just created like this big old mess.
Mr. Mercer. His last name's Mercer.
Yeah, his last name is Mercer.
Oh, wow.
Hi,
Yeah.
Mr. Mercer.
Yeah. Good guy.
Mr. Mercer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it happened to him. So it's like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Very crazy.
Stay safe.
Yes.
Stay
absolutely.
vigilant.
Stay vigilant.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else, man? What's going on?
I keep
What's-
checking my phone, and I know you all see me checking my phone.
I love when you check your phone.
FedEx. I'm sorry.
I know there's good stuff coming.
Yeah, that's
He
what I
has-
was about to talk
there's
about.
great stuff coming. Yeah.
FedEx is still sending out some mini bids and things. We've got initial awards. We got a good amount of freight from them this year. UPS is still waiting to send their kind of awards. They don't do it the same way, but peak season's looking to be okay. I'm excited for it. So we still have things
And
coming down the pipe.
you know it's been a hard year
been
in
hard.
trucking when I hear
Challenging.
peak season is looking to be okay.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
been tough.
The market's everybody's down so much, 30% and 40%. I saw
We're down not as much.
not as
No,
much,
not as much.
19.
But down.
Yeah.
I saw a video from he's an owner operator here at Mercer. He actually drives for a small fleet here at Mercer. And he posts just honest videos. I'm going to give him credit. It's honest videos. Sometimes the titles are a little off of not enough freight or what's going on. But he posted a video the other day that had a good amount of views. And the first comment was, "What are you talking about? $5,000 isn't good paying freight," because it's something about the title. Where's the freight? You know, whatever. What are you talking about? $5,000 is. I'm struggling to get 1,200 and still stay around the thing. So I
Wow.
think it just speaks to the grass is greener syndrome that goes on in our industry isn't always true, and it's hard out there right now.
One of the worst things that we have done as carriers in our industry, in the effort to, and not Mercer, God, we're so hard to get onto. It is
Yeah.
so hard to lease a truck onto this
Yeah, it
place.
is.
Turned down 70%.
Yeah, but industry wide, and we're part of it, and so we're involved.
Yeah.
But the industry's made it so easy for guys to switch jobs.
Yeah.
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 Over and over and over and over. We see guys with 10, 12 jobs in the last 3 years. And the fact is, if a guy wants to leave company X today, he can be sitting in orientation for somebody tomorrow.
Yeah.
Without ever having checked them out yet.
Yep.
They'll just
Yep.
put them to work, and man, if we find something later, so it's made it
That's
really
a liability nightmare, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and it's not fair to the guy that's leasing on to tell him that he's got a job,
No.
and then he gets 2 days deep into orientation, and you find something you don't like,
Yep.
and you fire him, and now he's shut his truck down.
Yeah.
His family's waiting for the next paycheck because he's transitioning.
Yeah.
You've not only put that guy out, you've put him behind on his bills, you've put his family out, you've caused them worry for a job offer that wasn't even real.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
But my point is, we've made it really easy for guys to jump around.
then it's just a matter of how much do I have to promise you to come here for a little while.
Yeah, so it's easy to just keep trying.
Yeah.
And chasing false promises and bad job offers, and
I will say, I'll be
it's kind of
proud.
predatory.
Yeah, it's very predatory. I'm proud of the orientation class we had this past week. So I go in there, and whenever I'm talking to them, I want to see who I'm talking to. So I ask them to raise their hand. How many of you are first time owner operators buying their truck? How many of you are company, kind of split company owner operator? How many of you are running your own authority? then this past week I said, how many of you are unaware that the market's down right now? And they all laughed, and the dude in the front goes, "You're an idiot if you are." There was a guy in the back that raised his hand. I don't think he knows what I was asking or knew what I was asking, because then the guy in the front said, "You're an idiot if you do," or something like that. And he didn't know.
Awkward.
But, I don't think he knew what I was asking, but it's good to see that collective group know what they're getting into, because on our 10th Street, you know about our 10th Street exit surveys and so on. I got the sheet that we're going to be in a meeting about next week, and it still says which 10th Street thinks is an anomaly, but our highest reason people come to the two highest reasons people come to this company are other reasons and reputation, which means they just think something's different over there.
Yeah.
It's not about the market being down or anything. They just think something's different, and they're right.
Yeah.
And 10th Street's just confused all the heck about it. They're wondering, why are those two the top names?
Yeah.
Well, we don't promise. We're not going to overpromise you. And it's really hard to lease a truck on to here, like you said, and we're different.
Our recruiters actually scare a lot of guys
I
off
guarantee it.
because they lowball everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and guys are just like, oh, well, I don't think that's the place for me. But what they're doing is they're trying to give a guy a realistic expectation.
Yeah.
They give you, hey, here's what the fleet average is. And you're probably somewhere a little bit on either side of that. And
You remember we had Robbie in here, and he said, you think you hard runner, you don't run.
You don't run like that, man.
My grandmama in flip-flops runs harder than you do. You ain't a hard runner.
You ain't no hard runner, man.
Brian goes, we don't tell them that. And Robbie goes, oh, I tell them that.
I can see him.
I tell him, Bob. I tell him.
He
That's
tells
great,
him,
though.
and then he eats chicken fingers afterward.
Yeah,
Yes,
ketchup.
with
With ketchup.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Ketchup
important,
hotline,
though.
Robbie Kugel.
Yeah.
Call him if you need him. But yeah, we take a very honest approach to what we do. We don't inflate our numbers. We try to give you an honest, reasonable expectation. And so guys that really are hard runners, they hear that average, and sometimes it scares them off. And, they don't realize, we've got guys that do way, way better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't want to tell everybody that comes in the front door that number, because
No.
then they think that that's what they're going to make.
Yeah.
And everybody doesn't run as hard as that guy
Right.
that's making that money. And you don't have to here.
No. We don't make you.
Yeah.
We don't make you do anything.
And man, sometimes it's a little bit harder to run hard if you don't have somebody trying to push you to run hard, or I'm going to blackball you on the next 3 loads.
Yeah.
Kind of situation. Once we call it getting Mercerized.
Yeah.
Is once you figure out that if you want to sit in Florida for 2 weeks, we're the company for you, because we'll let you turn down freight. We'll never be mad at you.
Nope.
We won't
Yeah.
threaten you. We
Now-
won't cut you out of the next load. We'll just let you sit there and say no if that's what you want to do.
Now, don't talk bad about us if you're behind on your bills and you've sat 2 weeks in Florida.
Yeah,
because
no,
you
if
want
I
to.
mean,
if you
But,
passed on 25 loads out of there,
Yeah.
Right.
don't.
Mercer ain't got no freight.
Yeah,
No.
please don't get
You
on
wanted to be on the beach.
on social media and say that we
Yeah.
don't have anything. We just didn't force you to haul freight.
But you're right. We don't do that.
yeah.
We're not the
Yes.
company that's forcing hand.
Forced dispatch.
We just want to be the roof you're successful under.
Yeah,
See,
but
right?
I love it when guys come in here and exceed their expectations, or just come in and go, "Wow, I've never talked to a recruiter that it wasn't all rainbows and sunshine."
Right.
Right.
Like, you're going to come here, you're going to get dispatched on a load, and it's going to cancel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
will
that's
happen.
trucking. That's
will
going to happen
happen.
everywhere, but we'll tell you that's going to happen.
We tell them I tell them in
And
orientation.
and here's how we handle that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's sometimes honesty kind of is
Oh,
think
honesty's
it's more-
best.
it hurts us on the front end because we're not that company that's ever going to lease on 1 million trucks this year.
Don't want to do it.
But man, everybody that comes in here is going to have a reasonable expectation of what to expect,
Yeah.
and they're going to get the support that they need, and that's really what it's all about, is keeping these guys viable so that we can eat.
So I will,
Yeah.
and I will tell you too, talking about expectations, and talking about the peak season and what that's going to be, and so on and so forth. The fourth quarter is not looking any better.
Right.
We don't see anything on the horizon that's just going to be a freight boom,
No.
especially heading into an election year. But that's not just a Mercer thing. That's an industry thing.
Yeah.
Things are not expected to turn around. That's why I'm honestly kind of pleasantly tickled with the fact that peak season is going to be okay, and that we've gotten some decent amount of loads from FedEx, more coming down the pipeline.
I mean, man, the bottom line with what we do is you can only haul the freight that's available.
Right.
And it's nice to know we're getting our market share
That's
of
right.
what is available.
That's right.
And, maybe not as much freight is out there on the market, but we're still getting our share of it.
Yeah.
And we saw that in the percentage of decrease in revenue. And I think probably everybody is seeing decrease
Oh yeah.
No, absolutely.
this year. But we're seeing a much smaller percentage than a lot of our
We're
competition.
turning down these bids too. I was involved in a bid just last week that was not peak season related at all. It was with just a customer where an asset-based company was bidding van rates at less than $1 a mile.
Wow.
And that's just business, just for putting business on the books. It's not even profitable. That hurts your business worse than. So having freight available sometimes isn't just always the great thing. And we thought, no, well, we can't. We're not doing that. We're not even going to compete with that. That would be silly for us to compete with that. So there's still companies out there that are honestly probably drowning, and they're just trying to keep their heads up above water. So I'm going to try to get some freight on the books and some revenue stream coming in. But that revenue stream does not cap my over-leveraged debt on accounts receivables.
Right.
So it's just a losing battle on that end. It's hard. But we're still doing good stuff. We're still managing the waters that we wade in, right?
Yep.
Yeah, managing and every day out there trying to drum up new business.
Yeah.
This was fun.
How long have we been on?
I don't know.
We are currently at about 40 minutes.
Great.
Oh, man, I could go on for at least another hour.
We could always do that.
Let's double down.
We should save some of what we were talking about for later episodes as well.
Are you trying to cut me off?
No.
Is that what's happening? Am I being, did he just pull the hook on me?
Oh, okay,
He's
yeah,
cutting
sure.
you off.
Whatever he's talking about.
Did he just come out with the
cutting you off.
broom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Showtime at the Apollo. They don't get it.
He seems so disappointed. He's like, okay,
He's crushed.
we're gonna come
He
back.
definitely
This is
was
the
on a roll.
only thing good in my life. I need this show.
We're gonna come back. It's okay. It's okay.
This is my you time.
I know.
This is the only time I get you to myself.
Right.
Fun. Well, I gotta go win FedEx freight.
Oh, go do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We
important.
need that. Our
Very
drivers
much so.
need that.
Yes.
Sold.
So good.
Enough of Brian
Should we-
banter. Let's go get some FedEx freight for our drivers.
Yeah. Double down on new safety policy coming out. That's a
Double
big-
down. Check your email. Look on Contractor Web. They do need to receive acknowledgement that you've went over that and seen it and agree to it. So that's all information that's in there for you guys.
Amanda,
Yes.
you're leaving. When are you leaving? Tomorrow?
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Wow.
Go win that award, proud and strong, and
And go to Bowl Lounge.
Bowl Lounge.
Bowl Lounge.
Is that Dallas proper?
That's in Dallas,
It is
right?
in Dallas. It is
Is that a
very.
restaurant?
It is a bowling alley whose bowling alley restaurant is like this gourmet cheeseburger joint that's over in Deep Ellum. But they also have a location in the bowling alley. Is on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
I love that show.
But
Okay.
so you can go and get awesome burgers from like a local chain, not even a
Nice.
chain, a local establishment that doubles at the bowling alley.
Cool.
Nice.
The bar is just this giant long bowling lane. They may or may not have 72 beers, and I tried them all.
I hope in one night and just went.
No, it took me several trips to Dallas.
Still a lot.
But seriously,
one
like
sitting.
they have this whole local craft brewery set up where they showcase all of the local stuff.
Sounds like a cool place.
Bowling is fun. They
Yeah.
still have video games
Yeah,
that
Oh, wow.
operate on coins.
that's what I'm talking about.
Awesome.
Like you don't
Pinball
have to
machines?
have a little
Nice.
game card, no tickets.
They have
just-
pinball machines.
Yeah,
I love me
they
some
have
old school pinball.
They have golden tea.
I might.
Golden tea.
I might take. So I'm having dinner with my mentee, the Women in Trucking.
Oh, nice.
So
okay.
Saturday night. So I think we might check that place out. That's
good.
Yeah, sounds cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Protege.
Yeah,
Protege.
You have
Like
a
that.
protege.
that's good. Roderick, where can we be found?
All right, so we're all over the place right now. You can get our audio only on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, and Pandora and iHeartRadio. As you all know, you can find us over on YouTube. Please subscribe. Please like. Make sure you hit the bell when you subscribe, because when you hit the bell, you get notified anytime that we drop a video.
Ding.
The audio of the podcast always goes out first, then followed by the video. So if you are looking at this in video form and you want to get this a lot sooner, be sure to check us out on the audio channels. And yeah,
Great.
that's all I got for you.
Cool.
Cool.
I just remembered you had more stuff about women in trucking that we didn't talk about.
Oh, well, I wanted to talk about, there's an app that
Oh.
Women in Motion and Trucker Path have collaborated on. And they've basically come out with an app that will allow you to, if you're a woman and you have like an issue finding like a safe space for you to go and shower, or if you are having issues with places where you can park overnight, then Trucker Path and Women in Motion have collabed to make it very convenient for you to find those safe spaces. So if you're not already familiar with the Trucker Path app, then I highly encourage that you go and download something like that, because I think it is a very good tool
Oh
to
yeah,
utilize.
that's fantastic.
Sorry to double back at the end when
No,
we were already
that's
saying
great.
bye, but I
That's
remembered
a
that,
really-
and I was like, "Oh, that's really
Yeah.
important.
What
I
an
wanted to get that
important thing
information out
to
there."
talk about. That's
So
Yeah, it's
thanks-
it's actually a
thanks for
really cool
researching
app
that,
too.
Roderick.
Yeah,
Good.
super.
Yeah, he brought that
Easy
to me.
to
I was like,
use.
I didn't even know about
I
that.
didn't know it
great.
either.
People
Yeah.
should.
Yeah, they really need to.
There's
That's
still
awesome.
bad people out there in the world, and we need to look out for each other.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
All of
Yep.
us.
Yep.
Yep. All got to play
So
our part
You guys look out for each other.
Yep.
Don't be so daggone mean.
and buckle
When
up.
you see that guy do something dumb at the truck stop, don't post it on social media and shame him. Go talk to him and help him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were new ones too. Help these new guys.
Yep.
Please.
Yep.
All right. Stay safe.
Yes.
That's my soapbox.
Brian's off his soapbox. We're gonna get back to work.
Yes.
We're gonna sling some freight, not
Yep.
at the bowling alley, but at Mercer Town. And we're gonna rock it out.
Yep.
Love you guys. Stay safe.
Bye.
Thank you guys. We appreciate you.
Buckle up.